Hi everyone and welcome back to Live for Wonders. Today we are going to talk about creativity, but not only, because actually more than talking about the creativity itself, we are going to talk about how to increase your creativity and where to go to increase your creativity, what to do in your weekly schedule and a lot of things. So yeah, let's get started with that. So welcome back everyone, and creativity is not only something that is related to artists, but is something that actually is related to everyone. Everyone can create something. Even when you go to work, you create something because you create something for someone else, right? But we are going to focus on us, so create something for us and be more creative to produce something for the better life of other people, so to improve their life and to improve our life as well, because we can learn a lot more, we can improve our skills, we can do a lot more for us and the others. That is really always important, because remember that we are not living alone in this world, and it's really important to understand this. Sometimes we forget, but we are not alone in this world, okay? So the first thing I used to do, it was to implement a little bit of art in my life. So what means, apart for the music that is always present, I just try to organize myself, going maybe in the lanes of museums or galleries to watch an exhibition and go there and learn as much as I could from new artists, new kind of styles, new kind of things that I can learn. But not only, you can go even on theater, you can go even sometimes on conferences. I'm not putting there one thing that probably everyone will ask themselves is just like cinema. Why I'm not talking about cinema? For two reasons. One is because nowadays we got at home a TV with a lot of film available with all the streaming services. So I'm not talking about really that, but of course can be another way, even though it depends what you watch. If you just watch something for just the purpose of spending time or relaxing, is a thing. If you spend time there to learn something more, is another. It's like YouTube. If you want, you can learn things on YouTube, or you can just chill out. It depends what you really want to do in your own time. In the second thing is that because cinema usually, especially now, they are not proposing particular film that let you be more introspective, learn more things. It's much more like a kind of entertainment. It's always been, of course. But for instance, I remember when I was younger, there were specific cinemas where you can actually watch film of high quality, high standard, where actually you were going out from the cinema, you were still thinking in the cinema and thinking, why certain things happened and what was the meaning behind them. It's a little bit kind of David Lynch, for people that knows what I'm talking about. Where you finish to watch an episode or a film and you are like confused because you don't know what really you watched there, but there is a meaning. You can feel that there is a meaning behind that. But the fact that you couldn't actually understand the meaning made your brain working so hard that actually is amazing. It's really amazing. So, as I said, cutting a little bit out of time for these things during the week will rise up your level quite a lot. I can assure you. Maybe people already do, but there are people out there that don't do that. Second thing is reading something that nourishes yourself. I don't have anything against the entertainment, especially I don't have anything against the entertainment based on novels or books of certain things like sci-fi whatsoever, but I personally prefer certain books that teach me something. Not necessarily need to be something serious or something that talk about the mindset or the mindfulness or whatsoever. need to be something that teach me something. So even if it's a story, need to be behind something that I can actually learn from that, not just following the two or the more characters that are in the books, but learn how to, like, I don't know, a piece of history or something that is really trustworthy, that is actually not fiction, that is real, and that happened for real, that is actually historical, something like that. So I'm that kind of person, and I try always to read something that actually nourish my mind. For ages I didn't read books because they were continuously proposing me book of stories that I never found interesting. And at school in Italy we had this kind of problem because, of course, you got so many books that you read, and I think even here in UK and in other places in America, when you study literature, you have so many books that are maybe fictions or maybe just, anthology stuff that you really don't want to read. Sometimes you need to read because you need to pass the exam or the course, but you don't really enjoy it. When I discovered what was my niche, then there started my interest in reading. And I can tell you, I started to read quite quickly lately. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of passage, and this is actually a suggestion that I give everyone, that if you're struggling to focus when you read and you find difficulty, to follow all the lines, follow all the story, all the things that they are saying, I totally understand it. It's a problem that came out with the digital world, so with social media and with things like that. We need to learn again, we need to learn again how to focus on one thing only. I have loads of videos on my YouTube where you can actually go and see how to do that, and then we release other more, so don't worry. But yeah, you need to actually focus back on the things that you actually are reading. Otherwise, you will lose interest immediately. And another thing that I do is actually listening music, going, I don't know, if I need to go somewhere for specific reasons, I always take the advantage of listening music or listening audiobooks as well, but mainly music if I can, because I prefer to read books instead of listening them. And I can tell you that it works. It relieves your stress, it relieves all your mind of complicated things that seems always we never be able to solve immediately. And music gives you so much in terms of, inspiration or things that you actually want to do. And this is another thing that I always suggest to do to people. I can see that they always listen music when they come back to work, when they go to work, but it's different because you have in mind that you are tired or you're going to work, so you need to, do something that maybe is not really pleasant to you. Maybe you love your job, but the idea of doing something like that, going to work, is not really giving you the peace that you should have when you listen music. What I suggest is always to go to a park, sit down, listening music or walking around, and just let the music penetrate your mind, penetrate your heart. And that is another suggestion that helps a lot. If you can sum all these things in a month, 1 week you do one activity, 1 week you do another, and so on, you will see that your life breathe again, and you will start to actually feel more energetic, and you want to give something back, because when you feel better, you want to give something back. And all this thing about creativity is just because you need to think about your wellness. Creativity helps you also to solve a lot of problems that you can have in your life, can help you to actually approach your problems in a different way, pointing in a different direction, and maybe solving better than you expected. Creativity in that terms gives you more chances to do the same things, looking at the things that you have in a different way. Okay, so I think it's really something to keep in consideration, because I personally find it magic, literally magic. It seems like a little thing, you know, but it comes out that it will surely and incredibly improve what you already do. So that is another thing. And creativity, of course, in terms of what you can do for yourself. So this is another aspect, what you can do for yourself to grow. And being more creative gives you more chances to do things like thinking what you can do next, or challenge yourself, or giving you chances that maybe you didn't think before. And this is amazing, I think, because, you know, the more creative you get, the more you see possibilities in front of you, and the less you listen to the others. That is not really a good thing if you think how I structured the phrase, but what I meant was don't listen the critics of the others. Sometimes we live the life of other people because they project on us some expectations. Being creative can give you the freedom of saying, listen, I really want to do that, and I don't want to consider other people that tells me that I have to do this and this, because I want to go on that path and see what I can actually take home with me from that experience. So, you know, it's really a thin thought, but at the same time give you so much. And we tend to, you know, complicate the life with so many structures, with so many predefined things. But creativity just gives you the freedom to unlock your potential and give you much more than what you actually thought that was possible. And so I really encourage you to be more creative, to give a hint in your life, to introduce these little things, and maybe involve your friends as well, so you will have someone to discuss about those things and maybe discuss your ideas. And, you know, getting to a level where you feel like freedom to live your life, to do whatever you want. For that reason, I always suggest people to improve their creativity, not only to produce things for the others, but actually to have something for yourself, have something, the freedom to be yourself, you know, and to discover more and more from this life that is actually, it's all the time that we have here to spend. We need to learn something, right? We have lots of time here to spend. We need to actually make the most of what really are capable of, right? So my wish for you is that you can improve your creativity. And if you got any kind of questions, or if maybe you disagree with what I said, please leave a comment down below. Do it now, so at least we can continue to discuss on the chat box, and maybe have a little bit of, you know, kind of, I would call comparison of ideas, maybe. But yeah, it's really interesting, you know, and it's good to be open-minded. So don't forget to leave a comment. I ask you the favor, if you enjoyed this video, to push the like button, press the follow button as well, the subscription button, and activate the bell so you won't miss the next videos. I'll be here next week for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I thank you very much, and I wish you all the best, and I wish you a very huge hint of creativity in your life that can actually bring whatever you really want. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.